The tech community is celebrating the life of a legendary coach who passed away earlier this week. We'll have a live look coming up.
The end of the spring semester is just a month away, and some students are still trying to figure out their plans for the summer. We'll show you how one campus group offered a few more options next.
And Dan Law Field at Rip Griffin Park is home to Tech's baseball team. But the Red Raiders weren't the only ones chasing balls this weekend. Reporter Reyna has a look at the event that is truly for the dogs.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Reyna.
And I'm Kodichi Nwankwo. On Monday, family, friends, and the tech community lost one of the most iconic coaches in the history of TTU athletics.
Former head football coach Spike Dykes passed away on Monday morning at age 79. Spikes is best known for his time leading the Red Raiders from 1986 to 1999. This is a live look at the memorial service for Dykes, currently being held at First United Methodist Church. The service, scheduled for 2 p.m., was expected to draw in a huge crowd from Lubbock and the surrounding community. For those unable to attend, a reception is scheduled to follow the service at the United Supermarkets Arena at 3 p.m. Dykes was born in Lubbock, played high school football in Ballinger, and spent his early career coaching high school football in West Texas. In 1972, Dykes started his collegiate career as an assistant coach at the University of Texas, followed by 2 more jobs at New Mexico and Mississippi State. In 1980, Dykes returned to the high school level, coaching the Midland Lee Rebels to an appearance in the 1983 5A state championship. Following the end of the 1983 season, Texas Tech head coach Jerry Moore called up Dykes and offered him the position of defensive coordinator. After 3 seasons of successfully defending against teams in the Southwest Conference, Dykes was offered the head coaching job 2 weeks before the Red Raiders' 1986 appearance in the Independence Bowl. From there, Dykes stayed at the helm of the program for 13 years, making him the longest tenured coach in Tech history. Dykes ended his run with the Red Raiders in 1999 with a record of 82, 67, and 1, and leading the team to 6 more bowl appearances. Along with today's service, an additional funeral will be held in Dykes' last home, Horseshoe Bay, tomorrow at 2 p.m.
In other news, only 22 class days remain before the 2017 spring semester officially comes to an end. But with time growing short, students are scrambling to find options for summer internships and employment. Luckily, the University Career Center is here to help. On Wednesday, more than 20 groups from around campus and Lubbock community gathered in the Sub Ballroom for the annual nonprofit fair. The fair gave students the chance to network and get information about opportunities for the summer. The event is also last career fair for the school year.
This is a great kind of ending fair because it usually is a little bit more laid back of all of our other fairs. We don't require a professional business attire, so it can be a great one for students to attend. And if they haven't found something at this point, it can be helpful for internships or volunteer, at least something so they're contributing in some way and gaining more experience.
Although the University Career Center is nearing the end of their major event schedule, there's still plenty of opportunities for students to get help with finding a job or planning for the future. For more information, a schedule of webinars, or to make an appointment, visit the UCC's website at careercenter.ttu.edu.
During the spring semester, many student organizations and campus groups set up shop in the free speech area to take advantage of the warm weather and help raise awareness to their cause. And yesterday was no exception. Students from Tech's First Generation Transition and Mentoring Program set up a booth outside the sub to bring attention to an important topic, lupus awareness. The group chose to support the Lupus Foundation after a student in one of the programs was diagnosed with the disease. Since then, group members have attempted to raise money to benefit research for treatment of the disease and to help find a cure. Wednesday's event was also a chance for representatives to provide information to students interested in the opportunities available to first-generation college students. If you would like more information regarding the First Generation Transition and Mentoring programs, you can visit diversity.ttu.edu/Pegasus. You can also find out more information regarding lupus and how you can help by visiting the Lupus Foundation of America's website at lupus.org.
Texas Tech's baseball team is currently one of the top teams in the nation. With the program's current status, fans pack the stadium weekly to see the Red Raiders in action.
That's true, Kodichi. But as I found out this past Sunday, humans aren't the only ones who enjoy an afternoon at the ballpark.
Every year we pair with the West Texas Humane Society, and essentially it's just to bring your dog to the baseball game kind of day.
Mortarboard Texas Tech Athletics and the West Texas Humane Society host their annual Bark in the Park April 9th at Dan Law Field at Rip Griffin Park.
It's just a cool experience for the fans as well as the dogs. Every year it just gets bigger and bigger because fans that are season ticket holders as well as students, they just get more aware of this every year, and we're seeing a larger turnout of both dogs and fans. Today we have a sold out game, so I think it's really awesome for both the dogs and the fans to be a part of this experience.
With a vast array of canines cheering in the stands, the Red Raiders took on the Baylor Bears in their third game in a weekend series.
It's really organized. Just to come here and bring your dog, you have to go through and sign a waiver that shows that they have up to date on all their shots. And then they have like really good designated areas for all the dogs to get water. And they also like state in there that your dog should be friendly. So that way like no one's getting like their dogs are getting injured or anything. It's a very like safe and fun, like organized event.
In addition to enjoying the game with your pet, the Humane Society had puppies up for adoption, a microchip station, and information on the different services they provide for West Texas.
The Humane Society does a lot for animals, specifically dogs, in West Texas. So it's really important that we get their name out there as well as just make the community aware of what they're doing.
These events are very important to the Humane Society because it brings awareness to the public of who we are and what we do. So every year we adopt out and rescue about 1,600 dogs and cats, and another 550 feral cats get fixed through us so that they won't reproduce. So that means there's over 1,600 animals that didn't get put down or didn't die because they were saved and found new homes.
For MCTV, I'm Reyna reporting.
Tech School of Art is home to traditional works with paintings, sculptures, and photography placed on public display each month. But from now until April 23rd, you can see an exhibit that pushed artists to think outside the box. Beyond Printmaking 5 is a national juried exhibition currently on display in the school's landmark art gallery. The installation features various works that take the concept of printmaking beyond the traditional concepts and into a world without limitations. Works in the exhibit were selected from hundreds of submissions and narrowed down to 21 creations to be displayed in the installation. The selections include sculptures, paintings, metalwork, and other mediums used to illustrate the influence technology has had on changing the meaning of the term printmaking. If you would like to view the exhibit in person, you can stop by the Landmark Arts Gallery between now and Tuesday, April 23rd. Gallery hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, noon to 4. The South Plains got some much-needed rain yesterday as a storm system moved through starting late yesterday afternoon. As of this morning, the Tech campus has seen just under an inch of moisture.
That's right, Kodichi. Skies started out cloudy yesterday and the higher humidity was noticeable, but it wasn't until almost 5 p.m. that we started seeing sprinkles that eventually turned to heavy showers around sunset. So will we see much more rain before the system moves out of the area? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The Memorial Circle Cam is showing cloudy skies again today, and the humidity has stayed high throughout the day. There's been no sign of rain or thunderstorms since shortly after midnight, and it looks like it may stay that way the rest of the evening. There's a slight chance for rain or thunderstorms overnight, but it looks like most of the area will stay dry at this point. Tomorrow, the clouds will clear out slowly and a little more sunshine than we've seen today. Tomorrow's highs will be back in the mid-70s, and it will be breezy throughout the day. On Saturday, we'll see more clouds, but there should be a little more sun in the afternoon. Temperatures will climb into the lower 80s and winds will be light. The clouds will stick around again on Sunday, but it should be mostly sunny. Temperatures will be slightly lower in the upper 70s and winds will again stay light, making for a nice afternoon. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms will stay in the forecast all 3 days, so we could possibly be seeing more rain before the end of the weekend. Overnight lows will be mild in the upper 50s, so it should be a good time to get outside and enjoy the spring weather. Starting out next week, conditions will be very similar to the weekend. Skies will again start out mostly cloudy, but they should start to clear out as the day goes on. Temperatures are predicted to be in the high 70s, and there's still a slight chance that showers and thunderstorms through Monday evening. On Tuesday, sunny skies will finally return to the South Plains, and that will also bring warmer temperatures. Tuesday's highs should be top out in the mid to upper 80s, and winds should be mostly calm during the day. On Wednesday, some high clouds will return to the sky, but it should stay mostly sunny throughout the day. Temperatures will climb to near record highs, topping out near 90 degrees in the afternoon. Winds will start out breezy and increase throughout the day, with windy conditions predicted in the late afternoon. Overnight, the winds will diminish and skies will be clear. Low temperatures for all 3 days should also stay in the upper 50s, continuing to create some nice evening conditions. Looking ahead, sunshine and drier conditions should stay in the forecast with no more rain expected throughout next weekend.
It's Retro Week as 3 celebrities from the 90s and early 2000s are making headlines this week in the celebrity world.
MCTV's Tiara Bryant joins us in studio with a look at what's trending in Hollywood and beyond. Tiara.
Thanks, Megan and Kodichi, and welcome to this week's edition of Entertainment Express. Our favorite early 2000s reality show couple, Spidey, aka Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt, are expecting a bundle of joy after 8 years of marriage. Heidi revealed to Us Weekly that they were able to conceive within the first month of trying. Heidi is 12 weeks along and the baby is due in October. Congrats, Spidey. In divorce news, 90s pop icon Janet Jackson is reportedly divorcing husband of 5 years, Wissam Al-Mana. However, Janet may have a major payday coming up, being that the prenup she signed, she was guaranteed $500 million for 5 years of marriage. The couple allegedly split because Janet believes her husband has become too controlling and strict with his religious beliefs. For all you Kardashian fans, I have good news. Kylie Jenner, the youngest sister of the K clan, is getting a spin-off show called The Life of Kylie. In the show, fans will be able to see who Kylie is beyond the makeup brand, fancy cars, and social media presence. Kylie said, quote, "This show will allow me to give them a peek inside of all the exciting things I'm working on, as well as some personal time with friends." The show is expected to air this summer. In other news, rapper Quavo from the rap group Migos is allegedly dating Kodichi Tran, ex-girlfriend of Chris Brown. According to TMZ, Chris is not only livid, but also feels betrayed by Quavo since they have a business and personal relationship, and in the past has referred to him as a brother. He also believes Quavo is the one who put Kodichi up to filing for a restraining order back in February of this year. In sad news, actor and comedian Charlie Murphy, older brother of Eddie Murphy, lost his battle to leukemia yesterday. Charlie Murphy has starred in several movies and shows in the past, some notable ones being The Dave Chappelle Show, Norbit, and A Night at the Museum. His legacy will live on through the laughter he brought through the world. Well, that's all I have for you for this week's edition of Entertainment Express. I'm Tiara Bryant. Back to you, Kodichi.
Thanks, Tiara. The Red Raider baseball team got back on track this week after a disappointing loss to finish up their series with Baylor on Sunday. Tech hosted the New Mexico Lobos on Tuesday, and the team fired up their bats, scoring 12 runs off of 11 hits. Tech's defense kept New Mexico off the scoreboard for the most of the day and wrapped up a 12-4 win. Tuesday's performance was the 10th time this season that the Red Raiders have scored 10 or more runs in a game, and it was also the 3rd time in their last 5 games. Tech returns to conference play this weekend as the club travels to the north to take on the Kansas State in Manhattan. Due to the Easter holiday, this week's series starts tonight at 6:30 p.m., followed by another 6:30 start tomorrow night, and 2 p.m. start on Saturday to wrap up the series. All 3 games can be seen online through watchespn.com or watch the ESPN app. The 6th-ranked Red Raiders are hoping for a sweep against the Wildcats and a chance to climb back up the Big 12 standings as number 3-ranked TCU takes on West Virginia this weekend. TCU is currently top in the conference standings, with West Virginia tied for 2nd with Tech at 6-3. Number 18 Oklahoma is currently in the 3rd place at 5-4. The Sooners are the only other Big 12 team currently ranked in the top 25.
The baseball team may be out of town this weekend, but there's still sports action happening on the Tech campus this week. The Red Raiders softball team will be taking on Texas starting tonight at Rocky Johnson Field. Tech is hoping for a series sweep against the Longhorns, who are currently sitting in a tie for last place with an 0-6 record in the conference. The series kicks off with a 6 p.m. first pitch tonight, followed by a 4 p.m. start tomorrow and a noon start on Saturday. If you can't make it out to the games, you can catch all the action over the radio on the campus student station KTXT The Raider 88.1.
With Easter on Sunday and a student holiday on Monday, there's not much going on around campus this weekend. But there's still a couple of options if you're looking for something to do. Let's take a quick look at the MCTV events calendar. Tonight, the Tech Activities Board is hosting their weekly Thursday night movie in the Sub Escondido Theater. Tonight's feature is the founder starring Michael Keaton as Ray Kroc, the creator of the McDonald's fast food franchise. The movie had a limited release in theaters in January, but it's one of the higher rated movies released this year with an 84 certified fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Tonight's screening starts at 10 p.m. and admission is free with your Tech ID.
And this weekend, head over to the Commuter West parking lot to see a collection of some of the sweetest rides on the Tech campus. The TTU Formula Society of Automotive Engineers is hosting their annual car show fundraiser on Saturday starting at 10 a.m. The show will feature 9 groups of vehicles, including classic cars, muscle cars, truck, and motorcycles. Attendees also have the chance to vote on their favorite entry, with the vehicle with the most votes receiving a trophy for Best in Show. The Formula SAE Car Show is held each year to raise money for travel for the team to attend the international competition in Michigan. The Formula SAE team, along with a specially built car, will then compete for top honors during the annual competition. Saturday's show is free and open to the public.
So Megan, what are you doing this Easter?
I get to go home and be with my family. I'm really excited. What about you?
Probably catch up on schoolwork, student life. That's all for today's edition of MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next Thursday.